E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We are here with our second map, which is the pick of Spartak, of course. This is going to be Train, and, well, after the first map, we saw a very, very close show between these two teams. Overtime going to Team Spirit, although that currently isn't shown on the scoreboard. I can assure you they are 1-0 in the lead. And joining me once again is going to be Harry. And, well, it's sort of become a tougher question than previously, but I'm a little bit worried at the moment now for Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I said I think Spartak should be able to take Train. I'm still going to stand by that based on how well we saw them play on Nuke. I feel like Train should be one they can just walk away with, right? It wasn't like we saw anything amazing from Spirit. They didn't really seem to be playing too well across the board. It was really kind of Demo we were looking at to do well, along with kind of Somfik and Davkos chiming in a little bit towards the end. But into the pistol we go anyway. We're going to be seeing it. 3 players for Spartak over here towards Ivy, trying to peek on out. They do spot out the double stacker by Ivy. These pistols, these USPs, not getting anything done at range. The flash to be making its way on through, sorry, the smoke rather, down towards Ivy. They're going to be pushing on in. Coldy does claim the first. No trade frag out just yet. They're going to be rushing around in through CT. Davkos holding the angle, trying to hold this one tightly. He peeks on out, takes the head off both Jerry and Poplar, and now it's all in Kabakan and Face Crack. 2v5, making their way towards B. They should be able to get the bomb plant at least.
Yeah, I think that's all they're going to be getting back. And double shot at least makes it interesting. But that is all she wrote. Not going to get anything more than that. I do like that pistol strategy. What they were attempting to do, in case anybody doesn't know, is what they do is they go 2 players upper who play patiently. They wait for the players to push through from Ivy, and then they're able to wrap around, and once the bomb goes down, you have the pincer onto the players who come through connector. Unfortunately, that strategy 100% relies on you getting the kills over towards Ivy. If you don't, then it's pretty much just a however many versus 2 retake on the site itself, and unfortunately, that's what occurred. But still, guaranteed bomb plant for Spartak, starting on that T side, of course. Davkos with Harry's favourite weapon. And, yeah, the rest of the team just going for a couple of UMPs and some M4s as well.
Yeah, now the push could be coming in towards B. Looking like it's just going to be thick and fast straight on in. But no, they actually slow things down considerably so. And Davkos, he's been allowed to make his way up through. Popdog finds the first. Still alive, still trying to make things tricky. Looking to get more done and takes a second with the MP9. Looking to try and get 3, gets the third. Cementing that this is the best gun in CS. Now he's on 4. The MP9 ace in sight, but Sopvik, as always, the UMP naysayer will ruin it. And that is going to be a 2-0 lead now for Spirit. Plenty of money farmed up by Davkos. I'm telling you, man, watch out for the MP9 in 2017. It's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah, no one's ever seen anybody kill 4 people with a UMP against no armor. Never happened. Or a Bison, for that matter. But Davkos, he's going to get rid of that trusty weapon. Pick up the AWP instead. T-side, of course, was saving in that round. Despite Harry's exaggeration, they will still have AKs going into this one. And they're going to go straight out onto this A site and start wonderfully with a kill. Not only onto Face Crack, but also Starix as well.
Yeah, bomb going to be going down in the smoke. These AKs doing some serious work as Spirit is somewhat caught off guard, forced off the site, and already they're going to be on the clock. Dima over in Pop, they know that he's there. That Flash going to give away his position. Jerry able to drop out. Coldy Dima next to fall, leaving this all on Davkos with the AWP. They want the AWP in their own hands, and they will be able to get it. Davkos hits the deck. Jerry picks up the AWP, and that's going to be saved up into the next round. Little going to be looking to try and take that, I imagine. Although he has been doing very well with the rifles, so we could... No, it will be juggled back and forth between the two. And while Spirit buying down what they can, It's going to be the scout up on Davkos. A little bit in the way of rifles. Some utility as well on Dima, who did sacrifice the firepower in favor of picking up the kit and a full utility belt. So it's not going to be too bad.
Yeah, not the worst case scenario, but nowhere near the best. Aggressive push from Dima attempted, but the counter flashes won't enable him to go for any sort of peek. He's, in the meantime, will take that upper B position. They've gone for a 3-2 split. Normally, in a sort of more standard setup, you would see either an AWP over towards connector and then a player up close, or just a singular player at the A site. Much more commonly held onto by either 3 or 4 players. There is still a little bit of presence. Kabakin clearly trying to make that known. Davkos also going to be tagged down to just 17 HP. Has to be careful. Will be able to trade back the initial kill, but he's so low on HP. And there isn't really much support as Coldy, he's trying to take the push through Ivy. And somehow gets away with that kill. Absolutely no clue as to how FaceCrack doesn't manage that one. And that completely turns this round into a potential win for the CT side, especially now that Team has added another.
Yeah, even making their way over towards B. Proplet does find one more. Actually, Davkos going to go down, so it was looking good here for Team Spirit, but now turned into a 2-on-3 with bomb planted. Kabakin going to extend that man advantage. No, sorry, remove that man advantage and equalizes back into a 2-on-2. Bomb going to be ticking away. Sophic does chime in with one there in return. Proplet going to go down, leaving this all on Kabakin. 1v2, caught looking the wrong way. Coldy in with the backstab, eliminates him from the equation. Now it'll be Team Spirit now to pick themselves up a 3rd round. Pause going to be called on in. And I imagine it would be a tech pause at this point in time. Yeah, okay. It is tech.
Yeah, a little bit too early to... I like early pauses, but I think that'd be a little bit extreme just after 1 round. Trying to push it onto the site was aggressive as well. It wasn't really anything too tactical that they needed to try. AWP will be saved, and actually the T's still have enough money to actually purchase up once again, even after only winning 1. AWP put into the hands of Little once again, although he wasn't able to achieve anything in that round. They're still relying on him to be able to do the damage. CT side with pretty much a 4-buy, maybe lacking in a nade or 2, but not anything too worrying as of yet. Again, it's looking like we're going to see heavy presence over towards Ivy. Quick push into Olov as well from FaceCrack as he looks to try and find Davkos over the top of the trains. Has to be a little bit careful, and Coldy looks like he's going to have a lot of people coming his way. Instantly falls. There is going to be Davkos completely surrounded. Gets away with 1. Can't quite hit the 2nd with the pistol either. But it will be Starix to at least be able to trade 1 back. And once more, it's back and forward. A brawl of Counter-Strike. Dima, maybe the man to just change this back around, but he can't. Little is able to spin and flick, and this time he gets 3 kills.
Oh, another pause, another tech pause being called in. But yeah, no, a good round there from the likes of Little. Fantastic stuff on his part. I mean, he's been consistently fantastic, if you ask me, for Spartak. He could be someone to really be keeping an eye on within this, within the whole CIS scene. I think he's showing
but he has been for a while.
Very talented player.
The thing is, he's like, I don't want to say an old dog, because he's not exactly like particularly old, but he's 28. He's still got incredible reactions. So
yeah,
like it's the thing is, I think in Counter-Strike, one of the things that nobody really knows is how long you can go. I don't think he's anywhere near the level yet. Obviously, Taz still leading the way and showing how you can carry on for longer than people possibly expected, at least. But yeah, I think he's an incredible player. I think that may be the only sort of thing holding him back a little bit. We've never really seen him in like a decent level team either as a primary AWPer. I think the one thing that does seem to happen in the CIS scene, at least, we've got a lot of decent AWPers. Like, I don't think there's any team where you're going, oh no, yeah, no, their AWPer needs to be changed. Like, even when you're going sort of the likes of Spirit, you talk about Davkos, you've got Mo as well on Gambit. You've got Guardian, Simple can also AWP. Even Seized used to pick it up all the time. So I think that's the one thing when it's like, okay, where does he potentially go if he was to step into like a bigger roster? And I genuinely don't know where that would be.
Well, then a very valid point, Tom. Very valid. You know, I can see that your worldly experience is going to be paying off, and that's why I'm very happy that I'm joining you. But yeah, there we go. The tech issues seem to be sorted. And while the buy coming in from Spirit is going to be near on and non-existent, they've got the scout up on Davkos. A couple of PT-50s and 5.7s here and there. USPs, or USPs on Sophic and Coldie. And Davkos misses that opening shot there with the scout. Could have had no damage. Oh, Jerry's going to get impaled in through the wall. Sophic chiming in with another with this USP. And the damage being done. Little trying to haul things back in their favor. Does dispatch of Davkos, the deadly duo over Poplar and Little out towards the A bomb site. Now full on back. Looking to try and make their way in towards B. Sophic still here, looking to try and cause a couple of issues for these guys as they make their way in. Don't want to fall prey to the USP. It has already found one frag. Bomb going to come on in, but what? How did they know Sophic was there? He peeks on out. Face crack does take him out. And now it's going to be the 2-on-3 with bomb planted.
Couple of very low players, unfortunately. It doesn't seem they're able to connect whatsoever. Probably manages to get himself 3 kills while very, very low on HP. The thing about that buy that was fairly peculiar, actually, is the fact that Dima ends up on only $400. So, again, they're going to have to go for another eco. It does mean potentially that maybe they're going for a double AWP setup into this next round. They could afford it if they want it. They'll have plenty of cash going in, lots of utility, which on train, plenty of choke points so you can Molotov weapon retake situations as well, especially over on this B site where you can pretty much just stop both the choke points and then go for that diffuse bait in the remaining players. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. A lot of damage done early into Proclay once again, and well, I think through, I don't even know what that was through. Something. We see a kill come in for Stark.
Yeah, Stark's now left in the 1v4, just going to be slaughtered by the encroaching forces of Spartak. No more mystery objects to dig through. But the buy will be coming on in for Team Spirit. The double AWP setup going to be in place. Sophic donning his AWPing shoes, joining the likes of Davkos with the AWP. The devastating dynamic duo, Davkos and Sophic with the AWPs. Looking good. 3 AKs. No, 3 AKs.
Devastation.
There you go. Alliteration. The something of the nation. Well, you know what? Let's never do that ever again. Pushing on out in towards the A bomb site. Sophic going to be tagged down low, falling on back. Not the best start they could hope for, but Dima elsewhere towards B, chiming in with one frag. Now he forced back, and then just going to look to capitalize on this straight away. Rushing on in, but Sophic fast on the trigger, picks the first up on a Little. Poplar is there to trade things back. And into a 2-on-3 we go. Bomb going to be going down. Jerry and Poplar trying to clutch this one out. 2v3. Coldie already within the site. Starix and Davkos held back by that Molotov, but it doesn't matter because Coldie's going to open this one up. The pop flash comes through, and Poplar, completely blind, stumbling around, falls to his death as Davkos decapitates him. And that is going to be Team Spirit to pick themselves up a 4th round. A team ace as everyone pulls their weight equally.
Yeah, it's always nice to see. I do feel Sophic may have overfaced a little bit in that situation after he goes for the second kill, but it works out in the end. They keep the double AWP set up. However, the T side, after the 3-round streak being relatively clean, they'll be able to get another bite fairly comfortably. Although I'm wondering if Little will actually have to drop a rifle, and then yeah, everybody's down to a similar amount of money. It does mean that a bomb plant should guarantee them a buy in the next round anyway. And well, being such a costly strategy at the moment for the CT side, if they get cut down in this round, they'll be the ones struggling. Another buy.
Sophic going to be playing this over a connector with the AWP. That's going to allow for fast rotates between A and B. And with how Spartak is set up right now, still looking undecided as to where they want to be heading in their end game. We've already seen the AWPing prowess of Davkos over towards Ivy, missing a couple of shots. I mean, there's no one there for him to hit, but just going in for the pre-fires, trying to find something now. Going to rejoin his teammates out towards A. Going for the wall bang. Jerry dodging those shots, smokes and flashes out towards the A bomb site now. The rotate can come in. relatively swiftly from B, but no, saying that, Sophic can't rotate because he just lost Dima. The rest of his team come crumbling down on the A bomb site. Davkos now here alone, trying to hold back the tide of Spartak. Does get one, denies the bomb plan. Sophic finds Kabakin. In the meantime, down goes Davkos, and now Sophic in the 1v3, just going to look to save the orb. So the bomb will go down, and that's going to be Spartak to pick themselves up a 5th round on the board. The orb will be saved, however, and that could facilitate a buy up into the next round. We would see 4 players with a buy, which isn't terrible.
Yeah, it depends what they actually want to get, though, because I think may just be short on Dima, at least for a rifle and armor. Kevlar, of course. Davkos can buy. Do they want to just go with him on a glass cannon AWP or something? Like that's actually, no, I don't think that's possible. I don't think he has enough to do that either, no. So it would have to just be a couple of rifles, so it wouldn't be a particularly good buy. I would actually quite like to just see them keep this one AWP and maybe save into the next, but they're going to be buying down with a UMP. Davkos will have the AWP drop an M4 back and juggle a FAMAS over as well. So it won't be the worst, but it's not going to be anything particularly impressive, and Starks will be left with just a Deagle.
Aggression coming out of towards Ivy. Coldie's up close. Doesn't connect. That first shot will be taken out. But then there's Davkos. He's pinned. Surely he can't escape this fate. He must go down in this scenario. And I'm going to get tapped out. So it's all on you, Tom. Oh, God.
Flashbang goes in from Little. He's actually managed to get away from the corner, so maybe able to just shoulder peek, and because his opponent is low, Davkos will actually be able to win the duel. In the meantime, it's Jerry alone on the site. Does spot out free kill, but walks into Sophic instead. And now Kabakin, the only one left alive. It's a triple for Davkos. A little bit lucky, and in fact very lucky for him to get away with what he did in that round. Not only missing the first shot, leaving his teammate out to dry, but be able to get away with 3 kills. Shouldn't have happened. Now the T's are almost going to have an identical buy to what we just saw from Team Spirit. They're going to have to force in, get themselves some pistols, have a couple of rifles in that AWP. But just seeing what one AWP can do on one side, let's see what Little can do on the other.
Yeah, 4 players for Spirit over towards the A-bomb site. Seems to be their new trend, and already Little going to be displaying his AWPing talent by dropping out Coldie. No refrag in sight as they give up Ivy control. And Spartak, I mean, I don't think they were ever planning to go B, but you can see that that's now definitely on the cards. They actually decided to execute out into the A-bomb site, start to push on in. It might be much to their dismay. Sophic finds the first tower, actually going to go down in the meantime, but Sophic still going huge, picks himself up a second frag. Davkos chipped away at though by Jerry. And get a fall with the AWP in towards the A-bomb site, leaving it down to 2-on-3. Sophic and Dima, the 2 players left to try and make this dream a reality. Little, he's still all the way over towards A main. Still going to be in the back line. Could cause so much havoc for these guys if they try and rotate on off. Sophic just biding his time. Could potentially catch Little unaware. Up on top of the train, spots him out, goes for the fire, but no, Little will shut him down. Dima now 1v3. The A-bomb site clear. The bomb will go down, and this should be Spartak to find themselves a 6th round.
Literally a second in Dima denying this. He goes over to the ramp, peeks down, spots the players just as they go through the connector, and leaves him in another situation where really he should be saving. If anything, they may be able to get a better buy than what they had previously, with a couple of players able to buy up. Again, it will sort of be a player on a FAMAS or something of the sort, and then Coldie will be the one this time unable to really purchase. But this backwards and forwards nature really should play into Spartak's game. They want to be getting as many rounds as they can, grind them out over on the T side. Now, I will admit that, again, a lot of the time when we watch this lower level train, like the not so tier 1 standard, and even in some of the tier 1 matches, you can see some heavily sided T sides. So even if this half ends up going the way of Spartak, they still have a long, long way to go. We know that Spirit have the individuals and definitely the composure to bring back games. We saw it in the previous, where they were able to drag out a 12-round deficit all the way back. 12-3 even on either side. So see what they can do here. They're not actually going to invest into this one. They've decided it's worth the save to get themselves a 4-buy into the next round, which means giving up this one. Dima is going to have the solitary AK and looks to go pushing, but unfortunately he has gambled on the wrong site. He's going to be all over A by the time he looks to do anything, and really, again, it should just be him looking to try and keep this rifle.
Yeah, I mean, this should be another round going the way of Spartak. They're going to be able to keep, by the looks of things, 5 players alive as long as they don't go overextending too far. And that's going to give them the opportunity to build up this economy that much more on their T-set. Only having a rebuy utility means they're going to make a nice bit of money in this round. Team Spirit saving up the AK. They can definitely afford the AWP into the next round. That's going to be all good on their front, but it will be a 5-7 scoreline. Now Spartak 2 rounds to their advantage. Softfit going down. Dima does manage to stay alive though. One AWP going to be brought up. Curious to see if they
yeah, they will.
Yeah, double AWPs are going to be in play. Davkost and Sotfik both donning these AWPs now. When we originally saw this brought in, it looked like it was going to work out quite well, and then everything went horribly, if you remember, and it ended up with the 2 AWPs being only 2 players left alive in the matter of a couple of seconds, despite finding the opening frag. So if we can see that happen again, this time the trades though come out in perhaps a better way, and this new setup with having only 1 player at this B-bomb site, perhaps it could be a different story as Spartak already come rushing on in. Sotfik finds the first, he's lining them up, knocking them down. He's got Starix there to back him up. Starix will fall, but Sotfik, the Impaler, he's not done yet, gets himself 3. And now it's all on Jerry. 1 versus 3. He does pick up 1 frag out on a Davkost. One of the AWPers has gone down, but Sotfik still ready to dance. Jerry mops up Dima. Sotfik looking for the 4th with the AWP in hand, proving he is a devastating beast with the AWP still. Sotfik can be baited out of the open, lands the shot, and Jerry will go down. The 4K for him. Coldy looking to try and get anything better than the Famous, but no, somehow still only has the Famous.
And that's going to make that rebuy incredibly costly as they actually purchase back up a second AWP. They lose another rifle to the FAMAS. T-side themselves do have to force down most of their money. They still have a little bit of cash left, but if this double AWP setup is to fail in this round, it will pretty much leave them with nothing going into the half. It really is coming down to sort of 2 for 1. Whoever manages to win this round, and that can be the difference between maybe Spirit winning this half and a 9-6 in favor of Spartak.
And already Sotfik once again going to be going off in a big way. Picks up the first call. He'll get 1 more before he is traded out swiftly, but the man advantage still in favor of Team Spirit. Look at this flank coming in from Dima. This could make all the difference. The linchpin of this round coming in from high. It doesn't matter when you've got Sotfik who's just ruining Spartak in towards the A side. Goes for the flick on a Jerry, but Jerry does get the better of him. Little's going to go down, leaving this on Jerry, who Dima swiftly executes in revenge for his teammates. A 7-7 scoreline now, all tied up. Team Spirit actually looking good to try and finish off this first half with a 1-round advantage.
Let's just leave a FAMAS in the spawn. I think he did. I don't know if that was a mistake or what. Just gonna drop one on the floor. I think there could have actually been a rifle dropped over to one of his teammates to buy nades instead, but mistakes were made. We are going to look to see what these T's can do. It's actually going to be Little, one of the players without a weapon in hand as well, so no AWP in this round for this B side. Now, they're looking to hit this B site, and you can see it's a very loose hold. Already, though, after no early aggression being spotted, a rotation will come in, but a lot is going to lie on Dima's shoulders. Sprays down the first, who was tagged up by the AWP, but that is all for now from Dima. And another rifle dropped for these T-side players to pick up as all of the CTs, they're making their way through connector.
Yeah, trying to retake best they can, but no, Face Crack going to be putting Coldy to bed. They have to try and trade this out. That nade could find a nice bit of damage, but it does miss its mark. Davkost now. Sotfik's about watching the player coming from behind. Misses that quick flick. Back and going to be a real threat at this point in the backline. Tagging away at Davkost. He is still alive and fighting, but Face Crack puts him down, and that's Spartak to finish off with a 1-round advantage. In spite of having a weak bye there into the last round of the half, they managed to get it done. The pistol round, though, will ultimately decide which team leaps ahead of the other, as the scoreline is incredibly close at the end of this first half.
Pistol definitely going to play a big part. I think Spirit are going to need to get off to a good start in this second half if they are going to be able to take this map. Obviously already winning the first, so they do have an inherent advantage, but still, position is going to be difficult. Sophic actually holding a Molotov, normally used for one of two things, either the after plant on the B site or for the connector to try and slow down rotations. I personally prefer the connector, as most teams now buy a smoke with the kit, as you can see on Kabak, and they're just going to be playing passive. They're going to wait far back, use those USPs to the advantage. Well, smokes are going to go out. That Molotov is going to be held onto.
Yeah, I mean, I like this right now from Spartak. They've just opted to play for the retake in towards B. They know that if they rush in, the odds are they are going to get control of the site, so they let the bomb go down, and now they try and play this in a 5v5. They haven't let Spirit push up too aggressive, and actually they only get slaughtered on the pushes through the smoke. A bit of an error from Spirit to go for that much aggression. Now it's all on Starix and Sophic. 2v5, and Starix being chipped away out within the site. It's all on Sophic. 1v5. Here's the defuse coming on in, and Jerry on the ladder, one-handed, slinging that USP around, pistol whips down at Sophic, and that is going to be Spartak to pick up the pistol.
Clearly he knows something about ladders that I don't. Yeah, really nice strategy. I actually like the smokes that were thrown by Spirit to just block off all vision, allow them to cross without really taking any damage. That was smart. The problem is, in those situations, I think you do need to go aggressive. You need to try and take the close-range battles where the USP don't have the advantage. But when you're running through your own smokes to do it, you're just going to leave yourself at a disadvantage. Once again, they're trying to get a plant. They've invested nothing into this round. Backen looking to just slaughter them as they push out onto the site. And he's got support of Little as well. The flank already in, and they'll all be mopped up within seconds. Little this time can warrant that P250, as his AWP will now come up alongside those UMPs and the rifle onto face crack.
I mean, when you look at the buy, Team Spirit should be able to pick this round up. Little being the main kind of firepower for Spartak, but already the aggression from Kabak and going to go untraded as Sophic a little bit out of position to go ahead and pick that up. Now they try turning their attention instead out here towards A. They have players pushing in through Ivy. And you also have Sophic, everyone's Pop Dog, trying desperately to put this back in a 4-on-4, try and get them some sort of advantage out here towards A. Sophic now doubling on back, suggesting they don't want to even try and contend Pop. Instead, looking to turn their attention elsewhere, lining up these smokes and flashes in towards A. That's Sophic's purpose. He is going to be here with a smoke to contribute to this push. It will be an A-side take by the looks of things, although where the bomb is, they could easily try and fake out towards B, but no, it does look to be the case that it will be playing for A. In through A main, two players go. The bomb and cost them. Two teammates making their way in through Ivy. Starix have to find the first. Poplar will go down, and then they pop flash out Little, but he's going to fall. And Starix entries into this site. More than just an IGL. Starix is going to fall finally at the hands of Face Crack. He makes his way on towards the bomb train. Back and in Pop. They've already rotated everyone over, but Davkos and Sophic just executing these players with no mercy. It's all on Face Crack. 1v3 alone and in the site. Peeking on out into the waiting maws of Sophic will be eliminated. 8-10. As Spirit pick up a round.
Yeah, really nice round coming out from Starix. The pop flash working wonderfully to catch off multiple players, and hello, double AWP setup. Straight in there. No mucking about. Gary going to be left with a UMP after he spends his cash to support his teammates and on out. This is not going to be expected. It can't really be expected from this T side. They go for a quicker push with these smokes once again, then there is huge potential. But if they go for these slower peaks, can only give an advantage over to this CT side. Kabakin has managed to get himself that first kill. Goes falling back to just watch upper.
Smokes once again, heading in towards this A-bomb site, looking for a bit of a repeat of the previous from Team Spirit as they look to go charging on in. This time they haven't got control of Ivy. Starak's going to be smoking that off, trying to relive the same success we saw him have just moments ago. Face Crack going to be the first to fall, will go down towards Old Hell. He's going to be the first man in the A-bomb site to bite the dust. The rotates are already coming in from B. Kabakin going to find himself over in Connector. Actually was looking a little bit hesitant, goes to rotate back. Little going to get spotted out, but he does have time to drop out Sophic. Propler going to go down too, and Kabakin falls in the blink of an eye. It's all on Jerry. 1v3 alone and over towards B. And well, he's going to be on that UMP, trying to come on in. But no, going to pick up the AWP, opt to just run off and save. Hold on to that into the next round. And with it, I mean, they won't have enough money to buy, so it will be either the force up behind it or just an eco.
I think they should probably just save in the next round. I think forcing around one AWP with nothing else really to save would be a bit of a weird decision, especially when the last couple of rounds haven't been particularly close. It's been 3 players either side surviving. Maybe 2 if Starix goes down. A couple of rounds as well. Jerry just saving in the corner. His feet have been spotted, and he's going to get taken out as well. So definitely no force coming in next round after the AWP has been removed. Team Spirit getting ever closer to evening up the scoreline. And yeah, not really seen too much as of yet over on the CT side. Just the sort of force buy rounds. I do think the double AWP setup was a little bit audacious. But the weird thing about it is they do actually get the first pick in both of the rounds. Both of the last 2 rounds, the first pick has gone the way of Spartak, and both times it's been a presence over towards Ivy and sneaking down that sort of Olov hell sort of position to just get in and manage to rip them apart. And that shouldn't really be happening. A lot of that is just sort of basic stuff. Normally you have an AWP, if there is one, looking down that sort of right side of the trains into main to make sure nobody can sneak around. And I definitely think that maybe one of the things they're going to be talking about is the way that they'll actually look to hold Ivy. Maybe attempt to take a bit more aggression in that sort of position, or try and take control of maybe Pop, because that can give you quite a lot of presence over towards A main as well if you're able to have it properly controlled. So this round at least, this will just be another learning curve for the CT side. Find out as much information as they can, and they will know already that it's going to be B after the Ivy position is cleared. Unfortunately, they don't have very much to play with. Kabakin in a decent position, but unfortunately the pistol won't really reward him.
Oh, and Little physically picking up and eating a nade. He's on 7 HP, but as you said, this round just a learning experience and really learning how to get completely mauled.
Lead hurts. That's what they've learned.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I do agree with you. I think Ivy's been a huge problem for these guys time and time again. I mean, that and just their whole A-side setup hasn't really been working that well. It's very, very passive. A lot of the times they're not really in positions to trade too well, and I think a lot of that is because they have such a lack of information. We saw initially in that previous round, it was Face Crack having to play over towards Old Hell because he got flashed on back from Ivy, and we're just looking for somewhere to retreat to. Now, that was fine for him to watch Ivy. They had no idea the players had pushed out through air main, so he just gets executed in the side of the head. No idea as to where from, and then the push comes in through Ivy, and they get full control of that off the bat. Little as well, being boosted up in Connector. While that is a very versatile position and can net you the early frag, it's not too good to be playing it late round unless there's smokes down for you to be peeking over the top of it. There just wasn't. He was just stood there, plain as day.
Well, he can spot the player either on the train, which I still have no idea how.
Yeah, exactly. So they have had a couple of problems, and I think maybe a little bit more aggression, as you were saying, could be the answer to that. I feel like the lack of information is definitely going its distance to punish them. This time, Kabakin going to be alone over here towards B, as per usual. Some aggression coming out from Face Crack, and if you take note, Little as well, pushing up over towards A main, playing that behind that first train. Propler going to be the player to peek Ivy. They have adapted this A setup, though, looking a lot less condensed, a lot more proactive as opposed to reactive. And, well, they're going to be taking the fight to Team Spirit by the looks of things.
Facecrack's position actually allows for an awful lot of sound cues as well, so any information gathered from him will be useful. The problem is, it is going to be this B here. Now, the position of Kabakin is a decent one. They are set up for a retake. They're not setting up for anything else. No Molotov going to fall into the connector, which I'm a little bit disappointed by, although, okay, it was just a bit late, that was all. Now they have the good chance to actually isolate Kabakin without any rotation really being available. Flash is absolutely flawless. Actually completely blind, and Coldie's going to go 2 for 1 in this situation. Utility still available for the CT side to get back into this round, but they still have a lot to do, and there's a Molotov still sitting in the hands of Sopvik.
Oh, Jerry can be the first man to go down as Davkos just darting around the back of the train, destroying these players as they come in for the peaks, and he's going to continue this reign of terror, taking the aggression and actually just charging in to try and finish Propler off, holding the angle, misses the shot. That would have been phenomenal. A mere pixel, all that stood between him and getting the 3K. Propler will survive, hold on to the M4, and that will allow a fairly decent buy-up, well, fairly decent force at least, sorry, into this round.
Yeah, Davkos at the end may have been the one that looked like he sort of styled them through it, but the winner of that round for the T's was 100% Coldie. It hasn't had much of an impact so far, but that Molotov, although as I said, it was a little bit late, it holds 2 players in the connector and also allows him to then go and isolate the player, which was over on upper as well. Without any of those kills coming in, the round is almost definitely going the way of the CTs. It's very difficult to hold on to the B site, so great work from him. Even takes a second player with him afterwards, which leaves it in an even scenario for that retake. And, well, just props to him. And now, because of that, the saved rifle is going to be in play. Other than that, a few pistols invested just to sort of even out the cash, and they know that they'll be able to do a little bit of extra damage. The T's have now built up a crazy amount of money, 11,000 on Davkos. This round, they have actually opted to go for a strategy I quite like. They've got the double set up over towards drop. Normally, this works better with a rifle because you can then look into A main rather than spamming with the pistols from range, but it still could work out for them. We know how powerful those pistols can be, and especially when players seem to be edging around that area. Temptation from Dima maybe to just drop in a little bit late, but if you look at the current positions, A split looking somewhat inevitable. They've got control of Ivy. A main is going to be retaken a little bit later on, and this is sort of one of those points where you go, okay, if they had A main right now, this round could really go a different way.
Yeah, look at this. They're going to be holding the close angle with these pistols. That could be devastating. Into the B grinder they go, and they go ahead and find 2 frags. They've dropped the bomb. They've got the AWP, and Propler chiming in with 1 more before being dealt with. It all falls onto Coldie. 1 versus 3. Bomb down over in A main, and these pistols just devastating up close. Little up on the ladder, spotting out Coldie. They do some damage down range. He's tagged down at 70 HP. Little doesn't have armor, but both Jerry and Kabakin do. Going to continue up on towards A main, spots out. He knows where everyone is, but he's got so many targets left to find. He will go down, and that's Spartak to go ahead and seize one straight back around they never should have got. The buy is going to be coming on in. And I mean, those pistols up close are just so incredibly devastating. Not broken, devastating.
That is not the word beginning with B that I thought you were going to use. I'm going to be honest. I thought I was going to have to take down the stream for not being PG. But,
Bad thing?
No.
I was going to say.
Definitely not a thing. But either way, yeah, no, I like the team play towards the end as well. I was alluding to that point. Oh, okay. Okay. What was that? Just a straight jump down. They actually do it again. They take pop because it wasn't noticed in the previous round, so they go for this aggressive play again, and it's worked wonders. Adaptation coming in from Spartak. And now, well, Proplay moved over to this Ivy spot, playing more passively now that they don't have so much presence over towards that pop dog area. Davkos is being a little bit sneaky, though. He's been spotted. I hope. I severely hope he's been spotted. He has, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to get the kill. Starix with him to support, but just a second late, and this would have been a 2 versus 3. Instead, Starix now alone without the bomb. He's got a minute left to play with. He's going to reposition.
Yeah, it's going to go ahead and pick the bomb up. Starix not really renowned for his fragging ability, has to first contend with Little, who is going to be holding the angle with the AWP over towards B, and it's, well, like shooting fish in a barrel at that point. Spartak 12-11. Main issue I'm seeing right now is that both Dima and Coldy are falling completely silent. Starik's actually third on the leaderboard right now. When we look at it for Team Spirit, they're two players that we usually expect to see stepping up. Dima definitely more so than Coldy. He was someone who, even on the previous map, we saw have a standout performance, and now falling almost entirely silent. It's a lot of pressure on Sophic and Davkos with 41 frags between them. The rest of the team having, what, 30, so... yeah, push coming out on towards the side. Jerry finds the first stop. They're going to go down. Dima next to follow. Starix falls. And oh, in the blink of an eye, it's all on Davkos. 1v5. Tech9 fighting for his life. Back against the wall. Bomb in the middle of the site. And while holding on, refusing to drift into that sweep. Good night. Through the smoke. Probably will shut him down. And that is Spartak to pick themselves up. Lucky number 13.
And now things begin to get very, very difficult for Team Spirit. They're going to take the tactical pause. The adaptation that's coming from Spartak in the last few rounds has really worked wondered. I'm liking the fact that they've decided, okay, the defensive play, the passive play hasn't been working, so they've been taking different points of the map, and so far it doesn't look like Team Spirit know how to deal with that. They're going to try and adapt themselves going into the next round. I quite like them to go for a little bit of a sort of half buy in this round, not go all in. We know how important the AWP has been. Davkos still sits in the top of the server at the moment with 21 kills. Sophic not far behind, and it looks like Jerry, prop player as well, on the other team are coming right up the rear, but they are actually going to force. And this is possibly a little bit too audacious for my liking. Does have the loss bonus building up behind them, which means they will be able to get a buy in round number 27 as well. And a bomb plant here, maybe even allow them to get one in the next. But if they lose this round, they're pretty much setting up Spartak to be ready for that win.
And already this B plane has been denied. That Molotov slows it right down. Smoke then to follow. Already they're going to preemptively rotate Little on round. 3 players here for Spartak in towards B, and that's all because of all the information they've gotten. Look at Propler, who's gone all the way up through Ivy, right in the backline. He's cleared so many angles, and once he clears out A main, they know that it has to be B. Propler then finds Sophic, finds that opening man advantage. No one there to trade. He's just going to keep the aggression going. Doesn't even bother falling back now that they know that that's where he is. Is they're going to take up position over in T-spawn. Cool out you never think you would have to make at this time in the round. 3 players turning their attention to deal with this one man. You can see how much of a problem he is. Him sticking around, though, is something that could be a burden to Spartak. If he doesn't get at least a 1-for-1 trade right now, as in take out one of these players that are hunting for him, then it isn't worth it in the slightest. As they check it out, they spot him over in T-spawn. He will go down, and that's going to completely negate that man advantage they picked up so early on. They lose a lot of information. There's only 30 seconds left. But now Team Spirit can make their way back out towards A if they would like.
Because he's wasted a lot of time, and he has done a decent amount of damage to the players pushing. But Davkos actually going to get the kill over towards this B side. Little with a lot to do, but he's unable to do it. The bomb will be planted over towards this B site. Another rotation in from Coldy. It's a long, long flank. But he is going to be able to make it there just about in time. Davkos goes down, so now it is all on Coldy with 24 HP. Could hear him running, and I think they're just going to go straight for the defuse. Jerry, no fear, he's going to be going for it, but the spray goes wild, and he's just not quite able to do it. So very close. Jerry down to 41 HP, but close doesn't really win anything. As said, though, the bomb plant will give them enough to actually buy again. But it's still not going to be an AWP. It's not going to have everything that they desire either. Why is Coldy not buying a Molotov? Like, I don't understand.
Well, so they're trying to make their way towards B, Molotov-less as it may be. 4 players here. Suffolk this time watching for the aggression to come through from Probler. That was something that really held them back in the previous round, but it doesn't matter because Little is there to light up the first man in the form of Coldy. Kabakin is going to drop into towards Phoebe. Little's still alive and kicking it. He's making it work. Somehow gets 3. Still doing some serious work. Gets the 4th as well. Little carrying Spartak across the finish line at all costs. 15-11. 1 round away from Spartak winning this out and heading into map number 3.
Yeah, the amount of money saved by Coldy will mean he can drop an AWP and get full utility in this round at least. 3 Galils in to allow them what could potentially be a smoke setup on towards this A site. I haven't done one of those in a while. Look to isolate the AWP a little, which definitely seems to be something they need to be doing, especially in that last round. He now takes himself up to 19 kills as well. Going to see the AWP set up on Davkos, waiting patiently. Sotfik likely to be lining up a smoke soon. Still 2 players trying to take Ivy. Starix has previously, at least in the 4 rounds they won, done very well over towards this position, but you can already see the switch up. Little moments ago sat close on B. Now sits waiting on Ivy for these players to push. We'll spot out the smoke. Go for the timing shots by the looks of things and nails it. Starik's not going to have any chance. Now only 1 lies over towards Ivy. Already Jerry going to take down another. This map looking like it may be over unless somebody can step up big in the next few seconds. Sotfik will not be the man to do it. Davkos is going to be the only one left. 1 versus 5 is what he needs to try and take this one 2-0. If not, they're heading to Inferno. And with that missed shot, they get ever closer. He will take down 1 at least. Still so much work to do and just very little time to do it. Just praying they can hit something through the smoke. Kabakin, his old teammate, looking to try and stab him in the back as well with only 25 seconds left. Davkos managing to get a second, but can't catch Jerry in the corner. Map number 2 will go to Spartak, and we will head to a 3rd.